So this past weekend I did a very exciting thing, and that was going to my very first Comic-Con. So this video I'm going to tell you guys all about my experience at my very first Comic-Con and show you guys a little haul of the things that I picked up while I was there. Hello everyone, it is Samantha and I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm excited about today's video because I get to tell you guys all about my very first con experience. Basically guys, it's story time! So a few days ago, at the time of filming, I went to my very first Comic-Con. That was WizardCon in Portland. I'd never been to a con before, but I really wanted to go because Matt Smith, who's the 11th Doctor, was going to be there, and my sister and myself purchased tickets to go to the con and to get a photo with him. So that was the goal for going to this con and the main reason behind going. So last Sunday we went, and I had all of the intentions to vlog, but apparently I'm too self-conscious to vlog in public, and I have no idea how people can do this at all. Don't know how they can do it, these big YouTubers, because I get so awkward. I did film a little bit, but it was primarily lines, me standing in line. Give you guys a view of the line. So it wasn't anything exciting or really anything that's worth showing, really. I did have one clip that I did catch, though, that I will be sharing later in this video, but there'll be more on that a little bit later. So anyway, my sister and I, we went to our very first con. It was her first con as well. So we show up a little bit before we were supposed to get in line for the photo with Matt Smith, because you have to start lining up about half an hour before. So show up about 15 minutes before. We have no idea where we're going, so we're trying to find our way in to get to the place where you can trade in your tickets for the wristband. So we figured that out. And that actually was like, there was nobody in line whatsoever, which was surprising, but I was totally okay with it. So we end up finding the line that we need to get into to redeem our photo tickets. So we do that, and it's just literally a couple of minutes before we have to start lining up. So we make it just in time. So we hand in our ticket, we get our little card that shows that, you know, we can go and get our photo with Matt Smith. And literally a couple minutes later, they start ushering you into the appropriate lines for the person you're going to get a photo with. So we're in line 12, and there's like obviously 11 other lines because we're in the last line. So there's literally just tape on the floor designating the lines. So we get in our line, and we're actually at the front of ours, so we got there pretty early, pretty quickly, but we still have to wait for all of these other 11 lines to go because these are all pretty much Doctor Who lines, but they were doing other photos. So there was the people who have VIP passes could go first, and then there were the people who were doing the duo and trio photos because Alex Kingston, who plays River, Arthur Darvill, who plays Rory, and Karen Gillan, who plays Amy, were also there. So we had to wait for all of these people, and those lines were running behind, so we waited in line for like an hour and a half, like felt like forever. Like my feet were starting to hurt, and it was super crowded. There was like a lot of people, and I don't really like crowds, and it was hot, but it was still entertaining because we were the last line against the wall. So our line ended right here, and then there was the wall and like the bar separating us, like keeping the people in the line. And basically we got to see everybody leaving the photo area. So everybody who was leaving the photo area, you had to go out this way. So we're seeing people leaving the photo area, and including the actors, because at some point Alex Kingston walks by, who plays River, and I didn't actually realize who it was until it was too late for me to like pull out my camera or anything. So she goes by and she's like waving and saying hi to everyone, and because she was done with her photo stuff, so she leaves. And then a little while later, we see Matt Smith running by. I think he was like taking a bathroom break or something, and then we knew he had to come back, so I had my camera ready, so I got a clip of him running back to the photo area. So he was running back from wherever he was, I'm assuming like bathroom or something, running back to the photo area, and that clip is right here. So that was Matt Smith running, being his typical goofy self. He had a good sense of humor. I mean, I can't imagine how tiring these days must be for them. I mean, that's a lot of people they're going through. Like, it has to be tiring. I cannot imagine doing that at all. So it was pretty cool to see him, like, literally, like, 5 feet away from me running. It was like, hey, that's Matt Smith. It's kind of a weird, surreal experience. So there's a lot of people watching going on that my sister and I were doing. There was a lot of really cool cosplay. There was some interesting cosplay. There was a lot of interesting people. So definitely made for some good people watching if that's something that you like. But eventually our line started moving, and then it was time to go and meet Matt Smith. And it's a very surreal experience because you have the event organizers totally trying to rush you through. They're like, go, 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 go. And then they're also like yelling rules at you, like no touching, no kissing, no hugging. But it's pretty cool because actors themselves will kind of do whatever you want them to do. And like they'll give you hugs or whatever, which I think is kind of funny. So we eventually make it into the room that's like cordoned off area where there had all the photos going on. We make it into there, and I still don't have any idea what I'm going to say to him, and we're waiting. And then we get called to go forward. The photographer guy's like, go, go, go. So we go up there, and I don't know what to say. I'm like, I'm an awkward person. What am I going to say? So I just keep it with the pleasantries. And I say, hey, it's really good to meet you. And he's like, thank you. It's good to meet you too. And then we go to take the photo, and we have to take it 3 more times because we kept blinking. So we were actually in there, probably one of the people that was in there the longest. And I was happy that the photographer kept retaking the photo, because it says in the rules that they don't have to. If you blink, it's like, oh, it sucks to be you. You shouldn't have blinked. So it was nice that he kept redoing it. So we kept having to go back, and he asked us something. And at this point, I'm like paying attention to so much stuff going on, and like the event organizers are trying to rush you, so it's hard to focus on everything. But he asked us something. It might have been like, are you enjoying the show or something? I don't really remember, because it was a whirlwind, guys. We finally get our photo, and then he tells us to have a good time. It was like, nice to meet you, have a good time, ladies, and like, kind of gives us a little hug, and then we leave. And it happened so fast, but it was so cool. But the photo, this is the photo right here, guys. Photographic evidence that I finally met Matt Smith. It was a fantastic experience. He was super, super nice, and I love that he wasn't trying to rush you, and he was trying to take his time, even though the event organizers are trying to get you to go fast. He was kind of taking his time. He was like chill. He took the time to be nice and to kind of talk to you, which I thought was really great. So he's a nice guy. He's a lot shorter than I thought he was going to be. I don't know why I thought he was going to be a lot taller than he was, but yeah, it was just a really fun experience. I don't know if I would ever do it again, because the whole event itself is really overwhelming. I don't like crowds, but if, Colin Morgan or David Tennant ever came to town, might have to do it again. We'll see. But I'm glad I went. It was just awesome to take a picture with the doctor. Even though I know he's an actor, it was still pretty dang fantastic. So overall, it was a really enjoyable experience, and just something I will have forever in my memory. It was amazing. So after we did the photo, we ended up meeting up with my coworker. My sister met up with her coworker, and we kind of just walked around to all the various booths and things, like all of the artists and jewelry booths. So my mom likes The Walking Dead, and one of the original comic book artist was there. Arthur Sudium? Not really sure how to say his last name, but he was there. He actually did the first ever Walking Dead comic book cover, and he still works on the show. So we got my mom a print, and we had him sign it, and he had it like one of the walkers was saying to my mom's name, then signed his name. So that was pretty cool to meet him. And then there was another booth there with this guy who does Lord of the Rings art. He actually worked on the Lord of the Rings films doing set designs and things, and he's actually native Oregonian, and his name is Rob Alexander. So I picked up 3 of his prints, which I will show you guys now. I also got my dad one as well, but the ones that I got are this one, which is, I believe it's Aragorn and Arwen in this print, and I just loved the colors, and it looked kind of magical, and I liked the blues, and it was really, really pretty. And then the next print I got was this one, which is Tyrion battling the dragon Glaurung, which I'm probably saying wrong, but it is from the Children of Hurin, which I really like that story. So I got this one as well, and it just looks so cool, and then he signed them both on the bottom, which I thought was really fantastic, and I already have him, of course, in frame. So it was really cool to look at his art, and it was hard to choose because he had so many different prints to choose from, but he was a really nice guy, and it's awesome to meet somebody that worked on the Lord of the Rings sets, and as you guys know, Lord of the Rings is like one of my all-time favorite things, so I was very excited to get these. And then in the course of walking around, I saw a lot of Doctor Who stuff, and I wanted to get something Doctor Who related, so I ended up picking up this super cool David Tennant bookmark. This guy did art, and he would put his prints on metal, so this is actually like some tin, I think, but I just thought it looked really cool. David Tennant, of course, is my favorite Doctor, Doctor number 10, and I wanted a bookmark because I'm a reader, and you can't have too many bookmarks, and metal is sturdy. So I got this one. He had all of the Doctors, all of the New Who Doctors, but I decided to go with my fave, so I picked this one up. And then the last thing that I got, there was an item of jewelry, and it was really hard to choose. There was a lot of jewelry booths. I like jewelry. But this one in particular I really liked. They had a lot of fandom jewelry from Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Doctor Who, basically everything I love. And it's called Sparkle Designs. I'll actually link their website and social media stuff down below because they have a website and all that stuff, and they have some really cool jewelry. And when I went there, I was actually super torn between getting the Hufflepuff necklace, and then I saw this Lord of the Rings necklace, and I ended up going the Lord of the Rings one, which is this guy right here. It's really, really pretty. I love the copper etching, and I love the tree of Gondor, and then the little stones, and even the chain I think looks really cool. So I had to get this one, and she was really excited when I got it because it was a recent design by her that she had just made, and it was one of her favorites, so she was happy that I liked it and stuff. And yeah, I just really like this necklace, and I had to get another Lord of the Rings thing because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. So I was pretty pleased with this one, although the Hufflepuff one was pretty cool, but I can always order it off their site. So that basically sums up my WizardCon experience. It was definitely fun. It was a little bit overwhelming at times just because of the amount of people, but it might be something I would want to go through and do again. It was definitely an entertaining time, and I had a lot of fun. Plus, I got to meet the doctor, and that's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so I couldn't pass that up. Alright guys, that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit about my very first con experience and what I thought of it. You'll have to let me know if you've ever been to one, and if you have any favorite memory from going to your first con, you'll have to let me know, or anything else you want to put down in the comments, feel free to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, have a great one. Bye! So I'm trying to do these talking end cap things where I try to think of something fun to say at the end. It's kind of a lot harder than one would think. It really is, but how about that con, guys? That was a pretty fun experience. It's still surreal. I still can't believe I met Matt Smith.